Have you ever heard the phrase free refinance? Well, I'm here to tell you there's no such thing. Because interest rates climbed so much over the last couple of years and have now pulled back, there's a lot of homeowners out there who are in a position to refinance and take advantage of current rates. But at the same time, those homeowners are wondering, should I refinance now or should I wait for rates to continue to move lower and take advantage of them at that time? And unfortunately, the advice that a lot of these people are getting is, hey, just refinance now and take advantage of current rates. And when interest rates move lower in the future, we'll just do a free refinance for you so that you can take advantage of the rate at that time. Well, as I mentioned a moment ago, there's no such thing as a free refinance. And in today's video, I want to talk about understanding that free refinance offer, as well as the hidden costs that are often associated with that refinance, in addition to why lenders use this tactic and what you should watch out for if you're considering going with a lender that's using the term free refinance. Now, before we dive into today's content, I'd like to take a minute and ask a favor. If you're new to my channel or you haven't done so already, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay updated on everything mortgage and real estate related. And if you find any value in today's video, do me a favor and smash that thumbs up. So I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this video from lenders out there in the industry because there's a lot of people out there using this marketing tactic, if you will, offering free refinances. But here's something that you should understand. Lenders aren't in the business of losing money, which means they're not really in a position to offer a free loan. I want you to think of it this way. Think of your lender as someone who does 30 loans a year. For some people, that might be a lot of loans. For other lenders, that might be a very small amount. But I think for the majority of people out there, that would be a really good year. So let's say, for example, they did 30 loans where they were actually making money, and now interest rates have moved down, and all 30 of those people are coming back to that lender for a free refinance. Do you really think that lender can offer a free refinance to every single person coming back to them? And do they even have the time to do those refinances along with the other volume that they would normally produce? Well, let me help you out. The answer is absolutely not. When a lender uses the term free refinance, they're essentially talking about points and fees that you'd be paying up front. You're still going to have closing costs. You're still going to have title and escrow fees. You're still going to have prepaid interest. And in many cases, the loan might actually appear free. But please understand, you're paying for that free refinance either by a higher interest rate or they're adding it to your loan balance. And that's actually what I want to talk about right now, the hidden cost of this free refinance. And the first way many lenders out there do it is they offer you a higher interest rate than the current best rate for the market that day. There's something called a par rate, and that's essentially an interest rate where you're not having to pay costs to get it, but in many cases that par interest rate is paying the lender a yield spread premium on the back of that loan where they're actually getting compensated to do your mortgage. Now please understand, when they're doing this, they're not ripping you off, they're not doing anything crazy. This is essentially how most lenders get paid out there when they don't charge you points and fees up front. But at the same time, by doing this, you're typically not getting the best interest rate out there in the market. Now, another way lenders might actually cover the free refinance is by adding it to the balance of your loan. Let's say, for example, you originally got a loan for $500,000, and over the last year or so, you've paid that balance down to $490,000. Well, in some cases, the lender might come back with a new loan amount of $495,000, but because your interest rate has gone down and they've probably extended the term of the loan back to your original term, it looks on paper like you're saving quite a bit of money, even though they just added $5,000 back to the balance of your loan to cover the cost of the mortgage that they said was free. So please do your homework if you're out there working with a lender at the moment who is saying, hey, now when we close your loan, yeah, this is the interest rate now, but understand if rates move lower, we're gonna do a free refinance. If they say that, you should probably run. And the reason for that is because this is a marketing gimmick, if you will. It's a way to get customers to come back to you versus shopping out there on the open market. If you've been promised a free refinance, then there's a high probability that you're going to go back to that same lender and not shop it around because you've been offered this free loan. And that's exactly what they want you to do. They want you to come back to them and not shop the loan around, because that way you don't know what a competitive interest rate out there is in the market. You don't know what the competition is offering. You don't know that by going with another lender, you're also not paying points and fees, and you could end up getting a better mortgage rate. And it's because of this whole perceived value that you get when you hear the word free. Because at the end of the day, it makes you feel like you're getting a deal, even if it's costing you more money over the long run. So if you are out there in the process of getting a loan, you're buying your first home, or you're considering refinancing and you're hearing a marketing tactic like this, do me a favor and stop. Go out and find a reputable lender, a professional in the business who doesn't use these tactics, doesn't use gimmicks out there to try to get your business. They're honest, they're reputable, and they want to make sure that you're getting the best deal out there in the market. Now, if you don't know where to start, I actually created a referral link in the description of this video where you can work with our team. We're willing to look at your loan estimate and compare it to what we could offer out there in the market. If it's a great deal, we'll tell you to move forward. But on the other side, if you're not getting the best interest rate and fees, we're going to tell you that, and then you can make a decision of how you want to proceed. And the best part is this is free. So just make sure you're doing your homework out there. You'll often hear me say the lowest interest rate isn't always the best loan, but you need someone to explain to you the process of what's going on and why certain things are happening with your loan. If you're being promised a free refinance, then they should tell you exactly what they mean by free rather than setting the idea that you're not going to pay any cost at all. Now, in some cases, you might get a lender out there that can do a free refinance. And that's because they're giving you a credit to cover those closing costs, which is essentially the way you want to do the loan. But understand, many times when you're doing that, you're paying a higher interest rate than you might be otherwise, which at the end of the day means you're paying more interest over the life of that loan. So it's definitely not free. But if your lender is explaining all of that to you up front and helping you walk through the process, then there's nothing to worry about. But if on the flip side, they aren't telling you everything, then you definitely need to compare lenders. Shop a couple of different lenders, see what they're charging, look at the interest rate and compare the two. Now, I've done videos where I've explained how to do this in detail, but the easy way is look at the interest rate that you're being charged and then go to box A on the loan estimate to look at the fees that you're being charged there. Now, all of the fees that you're paying are going to show up in box A. If you're paying discount points to buy down that rate, they're going to show there. At the same time, if you're paying origination points, if you're paying processing fees, if you're paying any fees on that loan, they're going to show in box A. So just make sure when you're comparing two lenders, you're looking at the rate and the fees that you're being charged. Now, there could also be a credit coming from one lender that will also show on that loan estimate. So just make sure you factor all of that stuff in when you're comparing the lender that you might move forward with when it comes to refinancing. Now, as we've discussed before, if you're currently in the process, send over your loan estimate to us. We'll take a look at it and we'll give you our advice whether or not it's actually competitive based on where interest rates are today. Understand, interest rates move every single day. So if you're trying to shop multiple lenders at the same time, just make sure you're doing it more or less on the same day within a couple of hours of one another, because otherwise you might not be comparing the lenders at all if you're getting the quotes on 2 different days because of how the market moves. Now, when it comes to refinancing, there are definitely some other things that you have to consider, some things that you absolutely need to pay attention to other than the things that I mentioned in today's video. So if you're planning on going through that refinancing process, do me a favor and check out this video here.